This one's been floating around for a while. It's Excadrill. Welcome back, everyone, to more from the Sableyes. I'm Mitch, and today we're going to take a look at Sanders' Excadrill list. He's posted this one maybe a week or so ago. I haven't had a chance to get to it. It's actually really powerful and definitely worth taking a look at, even if just to understand what this deck is going to do. So we'll jump across onto PTCGO in just a second to check this list out. But before we do that, make sure that you have subscribed already. Had lots of new people coming to the channel. Thank you so much to everyone who has joined me. If you like the deck and you want to see more, then please consider liking it. That would make me feel very happy. Let's move on to PTCGO and I'll check out the list. So this deck has a very simple premise. It is a kind of Excadrill and Cinccino deck that is designed to take knockouts on some of the biggest Pokemon, the most popular Pokemon in the game. So Excadrill is our main attacker. For 1 energy, it's got 2 fairly strong attacks. We have Drilbur as its second attack. We do 120 damage and discard 4 cards from the top of our deck, which seems like a pretty significant cost to pay, but we'll talk about that in just a second. And the first attack, 11th hour tackle, deals 30 damage. And then if we have 3 or fewer cards in our deck, we deal 150 more. So that's going to deal 180 in total. It's going to knock out a lot of things. Let's talk about some of the Pokemon that Excadrill can take knockouts on. Drilbur, 120 damage. If we hit into something like a Dedenne or a Crobat, that will knock that in one shot because of weakness. One of the most popular meta decks at the moment is Pikachu and Zekrom. Without a big charm, PikaRom gets knocked out by this attack, so there's plenty of opportunities to take those prizes. Dedenne and Crobat are in every deck, so obviously it's going to be a good option. And then the second attack at the end of the game, when we have 3 or fewer cards left, can potentially deal 180 damage. That's kind of take a knockout on a lot of big Pokemon at the moment, but it will also one-shot an Eternatus VMAX, so you can get a lot of value out of both of the attacks on this card. We're going to try and take 6 prizes by using Drilbur, though. If we can gust 3 times, get 3 knockouts on Dedennes and Crobats, we will be very happy. Now, we don't play too much else in the terms of Pokemon here. We've got Crobat and Dedenne as extension cards, but we also have a 4/4 line of Cinccino. This has 2 kind of options to it. We've got Make Do, which is like the old trade with Zoroark. We discard a card from our hand and draw 2 more. And we also have Energy Assist, which for 1 energy deals 40 damage and then accelerates a basic energy from the discard pile to a benched Pokemon. Now that doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but we were talking before about how there's a bunch of Pokemon that get half hit or one shot by the Excadrill. There's a lot of things going on. If there's big charms on PikaRom, then it's not going to take a knockout. Energy Assist could do that whilst accelerating energy to the bench. We might be able to get a helpful little 40 damage onto something that's already been half hit to make it a little easier to take a knockout on later on. There's a few exceptional situations where Energy Assist could be useful. It's not our number 1 option. We're going to try and use Excadrill first. Now, the rest of the deck is about getting these Pokemon into play and trying to find our gusts as quickly as possible. So let's talk about that first. We have 3 Boss's Orders and a Great Catcher as gusting options. That means that we've got 4 chances to get a Dedenne or a Crobat into the active. We also play a copy of Pal Pad, so if we do need to put Boss's Orders back in, we can. And since we're drawing cards with Make Do, we don't necessarily have to play a draw supporter every turn. Like, we play some research, we've got 4 of those, we've got Marnie as well. But we don't necessarily need to pay a draw supporter every turn, especially if we have used Make Do a couple of times. So what we can afford to do is we can afford to boss out things, half hit them, try and stall them, whatever it is that we need to do. Or we could even use Brock's Grit to shuffle in some Pokemon and energy back into our deck to help us when it comes to that end game where 11th hour tackle does leave us with a few cards that we might deck out, to be honest. So we want to make sure that we've got options just in case. In mentioning that, we've also got 2 copies of Ordinary Rod, means that we can put Cinccino's and Excadrills back into the deck, as well as energy, so that our Excadrills can get attacking. Now, we want to draw into these gusts as quickly as possible. Boss, if we draw into it with Professor's Research or Money, we can't play it. We can get it with Cinccino. We could also use Judge Whistle, which is just a straight cycle card. The second you draw Judge Whistle, you play it and draw another. It is not too difficult to work with. The second effect won't be applicable. We don't have Judge in the deck, so it does not matter. And it actually speeds this deck up quite a lot when you think about it. You've got draw supporters, you've got Cinccino, you've got Dedenne, you've got Crobat, you've got Judge Whistles. There's lots of drawing going on in this deck, and we're hoping to find basic Pokemon early. We're going to try and find Quick Balls or Great Balls or even Pokemon Communications to try and get our basics into play. But from there, it's just about attacking as consistently as possible. Now, I did mention when we were talking about attacking, sometimes we can't quite reach a one-shot. 180 doesn't quite do the job, especially like with Zacian and things like that. We might need the extra 40 from Energy Assist. We could potentially use the Martial Arts Dojo. There's one copy of that in the deck. If we're behind, we do 40 extra damage with basic with Pokemon with basic fighting energy on it. So we can get some extra damage in with both of our attackers if we want to. Martial Arts Dojo, pretty useful. We can also get rid of Big Charms with Tool Scrapper, which is, again, useful. Finally, we have 4 copies of Crushing Hammer. We're hoping to flip some heads and get rid of some energy so that we slow our opponent down with an air balloon as well to move in and out of the active, and 6 basic fighting energy to power our Excadrill. That's the list. It's a pretty good one. To be honest, it's really, really good. I'm enjoying it thoroughly. What we'll do is we'll jump onto the ladder and see if we can't get ourselves a game or two where we take some big knockouts. Time to play Kid Crayola. It's called the coin flip. What a name. We've lost it, so we're probably going second here. Ooh, first. Nice. Okay, cool. That's brilliant. Now we can find some basics. We've got a Drilbur to start off with, which is a pretty solid start for us. We've got Excadrill in hand as well. We're going to use Great Ball and Quick Ball, and we've got a Cinccino also. Fantastic. I guess we grab this Excadrill. I'm not loving it, but we can Quick Ball. We'll probably get rid of the Excadrill, to be honest. We'll just grab that Minccino, and we've got ourselves a really solid second turn here. When we go second, we're going to have Excadrill. We're going to have a copy of Cinccino, so all we need to do is find those Pokemon, and we should be living the dream. That Wonder Lab is a very frustrating card. But no energy. Oh my word, okay. So we are in quite the spot here. We can evolve to Cinccino, to Excadrill. We're going to use Ordinary Rod. We'll shuffle that Excadrill back into the deck, and then research. We're looking for our 1 stadium. If we find it, that would be great. We've got a bunch of Pokemon here, which I really like. Let's put down a couple of Drilbur. Then I think we're just going to... We'll just play this Pal Pad, put the Professor's Research back in, and then Dedenne. I think that's pretty much all we need to do. We will Dedenne that hand away. There's the Dojo, but we're still missing energy, believe it or not. Let's draw. We'll discard a copy of Research. We need 1 energy. We've gotten it. That's brilliant. We'll get rid of the stadium, and now Drill Bazooka will take a knockout on this Volcanion. And the fact that they've missed that turn is incredibly good. We are in a great spot to start taking some knockouts here. There's no energy on this Center Scorch. We've got all the things that we need. We've got Excadrill for next turn. We've got another Drilbur just in case. They're switching into another Volcanion, so we can knock this one out as well. Here's an Evolution Incense. Hopefully, no energy, no supporter. That would be great. Wow, okay. So this game doesn't really accurately show how good this deck is, because it's kind of... We're just doing whatever we want here. Our opponent's not playing. So I'll take this one with a pinch of salt. But let's make do here. We just draw a few more cards. We probably want to try and... there we go. An Ordinary Rod seems pretty good. We can play that to get some more cards back in. We can make it do away this Crushing Hammer, I think. We don't really need that either. There's a boss, so we could boss up this Center Scorch, which I kind of like, and just deal 120 damage to it. I think that's probably the best thing to do. Probably shouldn't show this game, to be honest, because nothing's happening. But, hey, if they concede, it shows how the deck's set up, so if they concede soon, that would be brilliant. Worst case scenario. There we go, there's the concession. That's lovely. Let's see if we can get a real one. Into our second game now. Hopefully it's a little bit longer than the first. Let's make myself a little bit more comfortable. We've lost the coin flip. And Leonard will be choosing whether they want to go first or not. They've chosen to, which seems fair. We've got Drilbur, Energy, couple of Judge Whistle, and a Crobat, so we are pretty solid. Plus, we'll be drawing for this mulligan. We're playing up against Inteleon, so this is actually quite an interesting matchup, I think. I'm not sure that we're going to see too many Dedennes in play. But if we could get a half hit on an Inteleon VMAX, you never know. You never know. There's a Marnie, that's pretty good. All type null, okay. So suddenly, this matchup might have just gotten a lot easier based on the starter here. If they play Silvally GX in multiple copies, then we have a strong chance of going on to win this game. Because we can just gust around Inteleon, it's not going to worry us too much. As long as we can attach and attack every turn, we should be good to go. Alright, so it looks like they are just going to attach to the Inteleon. We found an Energy, which is good. Let's use our cycle cards. Judge Whistle will give us a couple of decent options. A Minccino is good. We've got an attachment. I don't think it's worth playing the Crobat. We're just going to Marnie and see if we can find some more basics. We have found a basic, but it's not... not a Pokemon, well, not a basic, but we've got access to a basic. We probably need 2 Dedenne here, though, which is unfortunate. Because we do need to find more Drilburs, more Minccinos, please. Preferably 2 Drilburs and a Minccino. No luck. Let's see if we can get heads on this hammer. No luck. This is actually probably really bad. Rototiller and shuffle a... let's go... Tool Scrapper. We can't get back any other way, so let's put that back in just in case. We have to hope that this Drilbur doesn't get knocked out this turn. If it does, we are in trouble. If it doesn't, we've got an option. We've got, you know, stuff that we can do. There's that Silvally GX. And we've actually just drawn them into both of their stage 1 Pokemon. We're getting Marnied, so there goes that hand. We're going to need to find Minccino elsewhere. Hopefully we can get into Drilbur. Hopefully we can get an Excadrill. And best case scenario for us would be if they don't find a switch. Don't get a switch, this Silvally will be stuck in the active. We can easily get ourselves 2 prizes if we do find an Excadrill. And here comes another type null. So we might very easily be able to get a big turn where we get a knockout this turn and then gust up another Silvally GX next turn, which would be really, really cool. I'd be a big fan of that. For the moment, we just need to wait and see. There's a Primate Wisdom. Could they be using that to dig for one last card? Try and find a switch. Here's a Crushing Hammer. Heads is annoying, but we've got everything that we need in our hand, and this Great Ball is actually really, really positive. Let's play it. Cinccino. Okay. What we can do is we can play the Cinccino down. We can attach the energy. We can use the Quick Balls to get ourselves, I think, another Drilbur. That seems pretty solid. Then we research. We've got 9 cards to look at, plus a potential Crobat if we like. No way. Not a very good hand. Let's draw an extra one with Judge Whistle. An extra energy, okay. Not ideal. Chances of us finding here is rough. 2 cards. Give me the Excadrill. Minccino. Got another Minccino. That's okay. We can try again. Make do. We're going to get rid of a Minccino. Give me the Excadrill. We've got a Great Ball. It's okay. Give me the Excadrill. Oh, we got it finally. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. That was a much tougher prospect than I considered. We've got a Drilbur here. We can use Drill Bazooka, take a knockout, 2 prizes for us, and we lose. I think there was a couple of Crushing Hammers that just went into the discard pile there. Oh, I found another one as well. That is very, very useful. We've got a Marnie for next turn. We've got an Ordinary Rod or 2 for next turn. We are ready and raring to go. But this Inteleon VMAX is very, very bulky, so I'm not sure if we will be able to get a knockout on it easily. Even if we do get a Drill Bazooka and an 11th hour tackle, we are going to be looking for a stadium to try and get that extra energy. And to be honest, there's a really good chance we've already discarded it. I'm not going to look. We're not going to worry about it. If it happens, it happens. Max Bullet will do 60 damage. Sorry, not 60. 160 damage to the active and 60 to the bench, which is a bit annoying, but I can live with it. Oh, pardon me. Woo! We promote the Drilbur. We top deck an energy, which is fantastic. And then we can use Ordinary Rod to do both. We'll put Excadrill and Drilbur back in the deck. Grab ourselves a couple of fighting energy as well. We'll play down a Minccino, I think. We can get away with that. Let's Crushing Hammer, see if we can get there. We can't. We'll Air Balloon onto the Dedenne. I don't think it's worth playing the Ordinary Rod or the Pal Pad just yet. Let's Marnie and see what we can get. We need to find, again, another Excadrill, which we've done, which is fantastic. And now we have an opportunity for a couple of Cinccinos as well. There's another one for later if we need it. Let's make do. We will get rid of the Pokemon communication. It's now not relevant. And then I think we just evolve into Excadrill. Do we trade the Tool Scrapper or anything? I don't think so. I think we just Drill Bazooka here. We don't need to use Minccino to trade. There's the dojo in the bin. Alas. Okay, so this Inteleon is going to take a long time to knock out. We're going to have to 3-hit it, which is awful, frankly. And a Marnie, so we get rid of the Cinccino and the energy, which is more important to me. That's disappointing. There's a Silvally GX on the bench, so we could potentially get that knockout if we'd like. Oh, a Boss's Orders and an Excadrill and a Crobat. Wowzers. Been given pretty much everything that we need next turn. I'm just worried that we can't go through an Inteleon. That's my problem here. I don't think that we can ever take a knockout on it. So we are going to need to hope that there is an extra kind of 2 prize value card on the bench. And wouldn't you know it, as I say it, a second Silvally GX. This game has suddenly opened right up. Disc reload for them. They've got two prize Pokemon that are weak to fighting on the bench. We have the perfect hand for next turn. We're just missing an energy. And right now, with 4 played, 2 in the deck, we're in a bit of strife, but we do have Ordinary Rod. So that is good. We're going to lose 2 prizes here, but I don't mind as long as we get Excadrill. We need Quick Ball to grab Drilbur for next turn and an energy off of the Crobat, and we'll be fine. There's the Ordinary Rod. Okay. Now, I think we probably play it. We'll do both. We'll put Drilbur and Excadrill back into the deck. And we'll grab 2 fighting energy. Then we're gonna... Oh, I think we just Crobat. Energy and Drilbur. That is perfect. We can play down the Drilbur. We can attach the energy. And I think we could even trade the Quick Ball here, I think. Let's get rid of that, see what we can find. We've got Boss and Professor's Research. Let's gust out that Silvally GX. We have the energy, we have the Pokemon for next turn. We just need a Boss. Or a Great Catcher. That will do the job as well. Hopefully we can find them off of the prizes. I just saw one go into the deck. Quick Ball and Research. Okay. Let's see. What do we have here? We have... How many bosses is that? 2. So we have 1 boss and a Great Catcher left. And 6 cards in which to grab them. I feel like we could steal this game. All we need is to be a little bit lucky. And hey, Marnie, that's actually perfect for us. Because it'll give us access to the last 6 cards in our deck next turn. 4 cards and 5 off of the top deck. And then an extra from there. We've got a Great Catcher and an energy. So now, all we need to do is find a draw supporter to get ourselves the Excadrill. That is all we need now. Okay. Tool Scrapper is useless. Let's just have a think, because I need all these cards. We have to make do first. This is so bad. This is so risky. We might miss this. This is okay. We're now in a position where we just need to find... We need to find an opportunity to win this game. I'm just going to put the Drilbur in the active and pass. Dang. We should have won. Hopefully they don't have Gust. If they don't have Gust, then we win. Because they can't take 2 prizes this turn. But yeah, that is so disappointing. We have every chance of getting Excadrill and Research though next turn. So we're okay. We do need to make do into more cards though. So we can use Great Catcher. But I'm not feeling confident. They're going to go looking for boss's orders. So we'll just sit back and hope for the best. What's the worst that can happen? Also, do you like the white version of the shirt? I like the white version. I almost like it better, to be honest. I don't know. Tell me, do you prefer black or white when it comes to the shirt? There's boss's orders. So we do end up losing this one here, but we had a chance to win. We literally just needed to draw into that Excadrill, and to be honest, I probably could have played it a little bit better. At the end, I was a little bit slow. Alrighty, one more, even it out. Hello, Spring 2020. That is now. That's now for us in Australia. It is not for you in America. It is autumn or fall. A very quick little lesson on seasons. Soon it will be winter for you, not for me. It has been winter. What am I doing? Alright, we've got everything that we need. It's summertime soon. It is summertime. And that is all. Most people don't watch to this point anyway, so the people that are here accept it. They accept that it's okay. We're going to Judge Whistle. We've got that straight out the box. We don't need to worry about it. Let's get rid of one of these Cinccino with Pokemon Communications. We'll play down that Minccino. We will attach the energy. We will Air Balloon. And then pass. That's all we need to do. We can Dedenne next turn if we'd like. We've got Cinccino as an option. We've got Boss's Orders as an option. We've got a lot of things, actually. And we could potentially get a knockout on a Dedenne as soon as next turn, which would be great. And Baby Blacephalon has 120 HP, so we can potentially take knockouts on their main attacker more easily than they can take knockouts on ours, because they need to use 3 energy to power their Pokemon up and 3 energy from hand to take 1 prize. And that's very expensive. If I know nothing else about Baby Blounce, it is that it does struggle when it needs to take 1 prize attackers. It looks like a Dedenne could be coming down here, and if it does, the boss's orders in hand might have been the right call. Here's the scoop up net on the Jirachi. They'll put the Blacephalon into the active, and there's the Dedenne. So holding the boss seems like a good plan. At the moment, we are not seeing a welder, so they'll switch into Jirachi. Hopefully they don't get one. If they don't get a welder, we are in the clear. Looks like a scoop up net for them. They might scoop the Jirachi back up again, but it's a bit of a waste. Here's a fresh Jirachi, though. Scooping up that Jirachi into another Jirachi. And they'll go looking for welder a 3rd time. Stellar Wish, obviously a very good ability, but not at the moment. Are we going to use another scoop up net to go into another Jirachi? Surely not. They do have a welder. They had it the whole time. What have they been looking for? More energy. Oh, I see. And a pass. Alright. There's a part of me that thinks that gusting out the Blacephalon might actually be the play here. So I'm going to do it. Because if we find access to Excadrill off of this Dedenne or Crobat, which we're going to go with Crobat, because Dedenne we can use later. If we find it off of the Crobat, we could be in a pretty strong spot. There's the Excadrill, which is great. We can Judge Whistle as well. The only thing that could get better from this hand so far is if we make do into a Drilbur. Give me a Drilbur. No Drilbur. That's okay. I can live with that. Excadrill, though, is very important. We could attach an energy to Cinccino if we wanted. I don't think we need to. We can just Drill Bazooka. Hopefully we don't discard 3 Drilburs. We didn't. That's good. There's a prize, and our opponent needs 6 energy to do anything next turn. And as we've seen, they didn't really have an amazing hand, which is good. We did risk it a little bit by not gusting out the Dedenne, but we can always do that later. And we can use Great Catcher for that as well. So better to boss to get rid of the Pokemon, and then we can come up with that Dedenne later. Here's Oricorio, so they'll Dance of Tribute, grab a few cards here. And this is where this Blacephalon deck really excels. It can draw a lot of cards very, very quickly. And that's all it needs to do, really. Just draw into a lot of energy and start taking knockouts. But for us, we're happy because they're unlikely to win the game if they don't knock out an attacker every turn. And we can just use Drill Bazooka every time, taking a knockout, and that sounds pretty good to me. Alrighty then, what is happening here? We're going to see a quick ball, probably for a Blacephalon. Getting rid of a switch as well. Wow, they are obviously not having a great time over there because they've already used a ton of scoop up nets and a ton of switches. So you would think that they would try and hold on to them. You would think. Sorry, I'm falling asleep here. I'm awake. I can do it. I can power through the rest of the video. And a pass. Oh my goodness, we are having such a good time. We will play down the Cinccino. We might even consider the Minccino as well, although to be fair, we might just go for a Marnie. I like that. We don't really want to attach energy to something that we don't want to attack with. And, Drilbur. Oh, look at all this stuff. We've been given so many Pokemon search cards. Perfect. Let's Great Ball. We will grab another Drilbur. That's pretty much all we need to do this time. We can just chuck down 2 Drilburs. Let's make do. We will get rid of, I don't know, Quick Ball. Don't really need that anymore. And we can make do again and get rid of the Pokemon. Let's get rid of that. And now we've got Boss and Scrapper and Great. We've got lots of stuff. All we need now is to not discard Excadrills. I didn't see whether we did. We got rid of a Boss. Oh, we got an Ordinary Rod. So no Excadrills in the bin, but lots of energy. We will need to use either Brock's Grit or Ordinary Rod this turn. But I feel like it is now this Excadrill's time. I feel like it's over. I feel like he's had his moment. And that he is now no longer long for this world. A Giant Hearth and a bunch of energy, so we will almost definitely see a knockout from Blacephalon this turn. But is it too late? Like, I mean, they've taken a long time to get going here. They're getting rid of Eldegoss as well, so they've obviously got Welder in hand, but they can't get it back now. And even if they do take a knockout, we can Ordinary Rod the Excadrill and the Drilbur back in. We can Ordinary Rod a couple of energy, and then Great Ball and Cinccino and do all that kind of stuff. So we are living the dream. Happy, happy, happy. There goes 3 energy for Fireball Circus, and they'll take 1 measly prize. And we're going to be in a good position here as long as we can get a... Oh my goodness gracious me. Excadrill, please. Somebody stop this man. We will Great Ball. See if we can get the second one. We can! Whew. Okay. So we're set for Excadrills. There's a part of me that kind of wants to just Ordinary Rod just the energy, but we have to do both. We really have to do both. We'll chuck the Excadrill line back in and a couple of energy. There are so many in there. Let's Marnie. No, let's make do, actually. I don't want to get rid of Brock's Grit just yet. We'll get rid of Tool Scrapper. We don't really need to worry about that. That research is looking pretty tasty as well. I might grab this Cinccino. We don't really need it. And then research. I still have Pal Pad, I think. I haven't checked for that, so I don't know. We did manage to find an energy, which is good. And we also have another Drilbur and the Stadium, which is really, really good. It's good, guys. We can make do. Let's get rid of, I don't know, Excadrill. Another energy. Alrighty, let's Great Catcher here. We'll get rid of Marnie and, actually, do we need the Stadium for anything? I don't think so. Let's get rid of the Stadium and another Excadrill. No, we need to keep the Excadrill. Because we need, we'll get rid of the research, because Marnie's gonna really stuff this person up. We can retreat into the Excadrill and then Drill Bazooka. I kept the Marnie here because we can get access to, firstly, all the cards that are left in our deck next turn, and we can also slow our opponent down, because they are going to take a knockout, and we need to kind of slow up a bit. We've discarded a lot of cards here. Like, we're down to 6, so we need to make sure that we don't do anything, you know, stupid. Which we may have already done. I don't know. But that's okay. We're going to take a knockout next turn for sure. Our opponent has a huge hand, but not for long. They take the knockout on us. Again, another single prize for 3 energy. We will promote our Cinccino. We've got Excadrill, energy, and Marnie to play, so let's play all of those. We don't really need to do anything else this turn, but if we can shuffle stuff back into the deck, that would be beautiful. Ordinary Rod is fantastic. That is beautiful stuff. Okay, let's Ordinary Rod. We'll do both. We will grab a... Ooh, I think a Dedenne sounds pretty good, because we need, what, one more prize after this? We'll just put the Dedenne back in, then a couple of energy. And then let's just... Ooh, do we rank do, or do we just retreat? Well, we're going to retreat anyway, so we'll do that. I think let's just drill Bazooka. We might lose the Pokemon we just put in, but that's okay. We didn't. Alright. This could be it. We have energy left in the deck. They have nothing in their hand. They have nothing on the field that has more HP than 180. The only Pokemon that I'm kind of afraid of now are things like Cramoran, which could be awkward. And maybe like a random Heatran. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what this deck is playing. Nothing by the looks of it. We're good. We win. Excellent stuff. Well, there you have it. It wasn't perfect, but we managed to get 2 out of 3, which ain't bad, as Meatloaf once said. Thank you very much for your attendance today. I really appreciate you coming past. Excadrill is such a cool deck. It's definitely a good, fun budget option, and I would recommend it wholeheartedly if you're looking to tide yourself over until Vivid Voltage, which is less than 2 weeks away. I mean, well, pre-releases and stuff are happening pretty soon anyway. So let's get hyped for that. Thank you very much for coming along. If you want to, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like the video. Tell me in the comments, what are you most excited for from Vivid Voltage? What cards do you want to see in a deck straight away? I'll try and build stuff because I'm prepping right now for that content. I will see you next time regardless. Thank you for coming along and enjoy yourself. I'm stumbling because I'm not doing the regular outro. Bye.